welcome to session 14 of the Little Wolf Knits podcast. I believe it's 14. Sorry if it's not. I am Brianna, the one-woman show behind everything the Little Wolf Knits. And it is Sunday, January 24th. I believe it's late at night. It's like 8 o'clock. Michael is not yet home from basketball, so I figured I would jump on and show y'all what I've been working on. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and supporting this business and thing that I love to do. You can find me on Instagram at The Little Wolf Knits. That's where I'm most active for sure. I'm also on Ravelry as The Little Wolf, and my designs, one of which I'll talk about today, are under The Little Wolf Knits Designs. And my website, this is the second time I think I'm talking about my website, where you can buy all of my hand-dyed yarn, my patterns, some of the accessories that I'll show today, made by myself and made by some other incredible makers, are all available on my website at which is thelittlewolfknits.myshopify.com. Definitely check it out. There's some really cool things on there. If you sign up, open an account, I actually have a reward system going where you can win things like free shipping or 10% off, and so that's super exciting. And there's always new stuff going on up there. So if there's anything that I talk about tonight, it's likely you can find more information about them at one of those places I just mentioned. Otherwise, I've been knitting a little bit. It feels like not that much, because my hands were injured and I was getting through that. I had a lot of dyeing happening over the last week or so because two mystery clubs closed in my shop. And so now all that yarn is dyed and ready to go out. I'm just waiting for the charms. But I still have a little bit to show for it. And so I'm excited to let you know what I have going on. Just some admin before I get into things I've finished, things I'm working on. Right now, over on Instagram, we are currently in heading into December, January, finishing up the third month, heading into the fourth month of the Self-Care Collaborative 2020. Let's name that because it started last year. If you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely go check out the initial post. I think it was November 1st. On my Instagram, and head over to the playlist I have in my channel, because I have all of the interviews and lives that I've done with incredible makers where we talk about all things self-care and how that fits into their fiber journey. They're all saved in that channel, so if you haven't checked it out, definitely do. And if you have checked them out and you have an Instagram, head on over to Instagram, make sure that you're following along, playing along, and posting if you're trying some of the challenges that these makers are suggesting, tagging me, and using the hashtag Self-Care Collaborative 2020. I just chose the winner for the January prize. So every single month there's a prize that will go out randomly to a winner who's been playing along since the beginning. So if you haven't won yet, don't worry. All of the posts that you've entered so far are in the same list when I pull for the next month. So your chances are only increasing. I'm going to pull for January in the next week or so, which I'm super excited about. Last month, the prize was 3 of my personal designs, which are super exciting. This next month, I'm going to do a candle for the winner, one that I pour an 8-ounce candle, and you get to choose the scent. And then I think in February, I'm going to do maybe a skein of yarn or a sock set. And then at the end of March, which will be the final grand finale, I might do a sweater's quantity of yarn. Honestly, it just feels really exciting and I want to celebrate. But all that to say, if you're not playing along yet, definitely jump on board. if you are playing along and you haven't won yet, keep posting, because every time you post, it's getting entered to win, and I'm super excited about that. Other than that, there's not too much administration things happening. Like I said, the mystery clubs for January, my From the Open Road Travel Inspired Club has closed, although I think have 2 extra skeins and charms. One time I have to actually package things up, but I think I dyed up 2. And then the Gilmore Girls Club, which was Sookie inspired, is all dyed up. I'm just waiting for the charms, and then those will go out hopefully this week. And then, I guess this is kind of shop news. I'll just do it now. So I do have another mystery club up in my shop right now. It went up this past week, and it will stay up until January 31st. It is a Schitt's Creek inspired club, based on one of David Rose's most famous, eloquent, amazing phrases: "I like the wine and not the label." I posted a picture, which is him and Stevie in the general store, that the yarn is going to be based off of, but it's going to be yarn, and there's an option to add a bag from Lila Styles Me, an incredibly gorgeous, it's a surprise, so I'm not going to tell you what it looks like, but it's an embroidered bag, a sock bag, small shawl kind of bag, and it's going to be so amazing. I know they're flying, but Lila and I decided we really are loving this, and so we're gonna keep it open for as long as we can. So if you want one, definitely jump on it. I think both the yarn and the bags will likely be exclusive to this club. I'm not going to guarantee that they come back. If they come back, it'll just be a bonus, because I have a lot of other really cool stuff planned for this year. So if you want one, definitely jump into the shop, my website, and grab one now, because they are up there, and I'm so excited. And then that's what I'll talk about now, because that's what's in the shop. Later on, after I show you some of my knits, I'll talk about some other shop stuff, I guess, things that are coming up. So let's jump into, I guess I was going to say finished objects, but let's talk about what I'm wearing. This isn't a new finished object. This is an oldie but goodie, and this is my Spellman sweater by Tristan Molina of Dragon Horde Designs and Dragon Horde Yarns, and has this really pretty cable bauble detail down the sleeves inspired by Sabrina Spellman. I knit this, I think maybe last year, because I was living back in Bethlehem, and this is in my Cheeky base on my Sunfish and Cloud, held double. So it's a DK weight, but fingering and mohair held double. It's a little more orange because I'm obviously don't have good lighting. I'm sitting under yellow lights. But it's a pretty like deep mauve-y, dirty, like muted pinkish. It's in my shop. It's under tonals. And this is because I did this last year. I know Tristan has since added short row shaping to the back, which I wish this had, especially because of my chest, but I really love it. I wear it all the time. And so I have that on today, and now I will jump into things that I finished. Only one of these you've seen already, and it is a hat for Michael. I've woven in the ends, and I've blocked it, but I didn't snip my ends yet because I wasn't sure if it was going to fit, so I just wanted to leave them in case so that I could unravel them if I needed to. You saw this last time. This is my fog on 420, and it is a pattern that I'm working on right now, and it is in testing for the Gilmore Girls Club. So it will be released in about a week or so. Definitely the socks will, and the hat hopefully shortly after. I was waiting, like I said, to make sure it fit, because the hat's for Michael, and he likes, I think it's called like a welder's, it's not a welder's cap, it's a, damn it, what are they called that are like super short? A watchman's cap. That's what it's called. And this is how he likes it. I don't know. He wears it even shorter. He does like this kind of thing. And I think it fits him. I just want to make sure, and then I'll cut the strings. Otherwise, I can just, it looks so short. Oh, great, wonderful. He said that's how he wants it. But you can see it has this really cool, like, waffle texture. That, I don't know, just this tonal and this texture is like, it's so good. And the way the pattern is, the repeat is so mindless, like so mindless. And it's so addicting. It's kind of like self-striping because it's an 8-row repeat. It's like, okay, I'll just do one more section. And then I was done. I think I did this in a day. No, I must have done it in 2 days because I think I showed you this last time I podcasted, and then I think I did up to the crown decreases and then put it on pause that night to make sure it was going to fit him and then finish it the next morning maybe. I easily could have done it in 1 day. So that's that first FO. I knit it on a size US 5 and a US 3 for the ribbing because that is what I knit my hats up in, I guess. And he said he really likes it. So FO number 1. It's so cute. I really like it. So simple but fun. This next FO, I'm going to show you the sock version of that pattern. But warning for everyone, if you ordered a January mystery club for Gilmore Girls and you do not want to see the colorways, these socks were knit up in those colorways. It's the sample for the pattern. So if you order the club, you're gonna get a copy of the pattern. Like I said, when the yarn ships out in the next week or so. Otherwise, it'll be available on my Ravelry shop and on my website. If you don't want to see it, look away. This is your warning. You know what the pattern looks like already because you saw the hat. So nothing crazy. It's literally the same pattern on these socks, but you will just see the colorway. I'm going to pull it up in 3, 2, 1. Look away. Okay. It's so good. I don't even have them on sock blockers. Like, how professional am I? This is them. This is the main color. I'm just gonna show it to you. I'm not going to describe it. It's so good. And the texture, you can see, it's not focusing. Oh, it's just so good. I am obsessed with these. I'm obsessed with the pattern. Like I said, I got these done in like 2 days each. One of them I literally cast on and got down to here. I had 3 more sections to go. I could have finished it. I did it on Friday. Not this Friday, the Friday before. I literally did this entire section, and the next morning I woke up and just finished this. That is the fastest I have ever knit a sock, but I'm telling you, it was the colorway, it was the pattern, the combination of the two. They just flew off my needles. And this contrasting colorway, I need a sweater in this. Like a full cozy classic, maybe? I don't know. It's so good. So good. Okay, so I'm putting these down now. So you won't be spoiled. You can look if you want to. I knit those on a US 1, 56 stitches. They're for me, like I always do. And they're my new favorite socks. Hands down. New favorite socks. Okay. My phone was going to die because apparently it wasn't plugged in. But I just put down my socks. I'm not going to pull them up again because I don't want to spoil it. So if you weren't looking, if you were looking away, you can look back now. It is safe to look. But I cannot wait to see what people think about that yarn, and the charm that goes with that is perfect. Amanda of Little Bitty Delights is amazing. So amazing. I've always known how amazing she was, but this weekend, I think I really came to appreciate how amazing her work is. And so I cannot wait to see what everyone thinks of that yarn. It will definitely be back in the shop. I don't know how soon, but I do have a surprise. If you missed out, I have a few extra skeins dyed up and extra charms. But I think I'm only going to sell them as a set. Maybe. I don't know. I might just put the charms up separately, and then y'all will have to wait till that yarn is in the shop. I kind of want to give a little bit of an advantage to folks who trusted me enough to order as a mystery, so I might like delay it for a month maybe, because I think the Niagara Falls colorway is amazing too, and I kind of want to bring it back, so maybe they'll go up in March. We'll see, but I cannot wait to see what y'all think about that. So those are FOs 1 and 2. Now I have FO 3, which is a very new FO. I just finished this last night. Yesterday afternoon, I should say. I had finished the hat like right away after the last podcast, and then I think I did the socks Monday through Friday of that week, and then I cast this on Saturday and worked on it, or I cast it on Sunday and worked on it for about a week. I worked on it. Yeah, so I'll just show you. It's a test knit for Jessie May Designs. Jessie May Designs. Jessie May is an incredible designer. I won't even say if you don't know her, because if you don't know her, I'm not sure where you've been. She has the Ripple Buttshirts, all the bralettes, framework bralette, Ripple bralette. She has a bunch. Contrast seam or something. And honestly, Cozy Classic Raglan, Cozy Classic Light, all of her designs are so amazing, so inclusive, and so modern, which I think is really fun. As an option, like there are definitely designers who have really classic knitwear aesthetics, and I appreciate that, and I like having sweaters like that. And it's really nice to have another option. Whenever I wear a sweater, people are like, oh, did you knit that? And it's like, yeah, of course I did, and it's cool. And it's expected. And whenever I wear something by Jessie May, I rarely get that question, like, did you knit that? And if I do, it's like, I'm not sure, because that doesn't look like what I think knitwear looks like, which is like, I don't know, the coolest thing to me. So I applied to test the Flutter Buttshirt and Buttshorts. I had 3 skeins of Mauvelous that I had dyed up and that I wanted for a sweater. I was going to do a Cozy Classic Light. I was kind of waiting around. I was thinking about a Tulip by B Mandarin, but it's not the right weight, and so I wasn't sure. I didn't want to put it into something that wasn't screaming my name, and so I was like, I'm just gonna wait on it. Something's gonna come around. And I think like the next day, literally, I was talking to Jess of Garden and Pearls, and I was like, I don't know what to do with these skeins. And I think the next day, Jessie May posted the testing call. I ran and applied, and I got it, and I was so excited. And so the Flutter Buttshirt. Look at it! I didn't weave my ends in yet. Don't judge me. So like I said, this is Mauvelous on my Sunfish base. And it's knit from the bottom up, and it's a really loose gauge. So I have more hair for my sweater, I think, in my mouth. So this is obviously fingering weight, my Sunfish, but it's knit on an 8, or I got gauge with an 8 and a 6 for the ribbing up top. So super loose and drapey beyond belief. You knit it top up, bottom up. It's a little cropped, and then you add on this applied ruffle at the sleeves and the hem. And I mean, it's drapey now, but once I block it, I think this is just going to unfold and ruffle, like, and just drape. And it's going to be so amazing. I really, really, really love it. I followed directions. The only thing I did differently was added a little bit of length underneath because I got some girls, and I think it was supposed to be like 3 inches from the split, which would have been too inappropriate to wear. So I added length, but I still kept it cropped, and I'm super excited about this because I think this is a really cute top that I can wear just like around the house with the shorts, or with jeans, with shorts, under overalls. Another tester put them under like a fabric overall jumpsuit kind of thing, and it was so cute, and it was layered over a long sleeve shirt, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. So I'm super, super excited about this. This is my 3rd FO, and it goes into my first and only whip because I'm working on the Flutter butt shorts, which I cast on late last night while we were watching Saturday Night Live repeat. And again, it's in Mauvelous, so it's going to be monochromatic. I only have this far. It's a provisional cast on, and then you like work the band and then fold it over and pick up. So I'll do an I-cord at the end and like snake it through these little eyelets so I can tie the shorts. I don't have very much, but it works up very, very quickly, so I expect to have much more tonight. And I have on this a little progress keeper from Amanda of Little Bitty Delights. It's a coffee and espresso donut inspired by Lorelai Gilmore. I don't know if you could see that. Sorry. And then I have a progress, a stitch marker to mark my beginning of round from Sassafrassknits. She's amazing. I have her little card right here because I got something else from her today. Sassafrassknits, who is the charm maker that I'm collaborating with for From the Open Road clubs. And this is a hexagon stitch marker with a little matte bluish bead, and it came with a set of, I think, 8. And Michael got them for me for Christmas, and they're so pretty. They're my favorite. I, like, low-key, when I opened them, was like, well, I guess I need to cast on a raglan now because I want to use all of them at once. And this is, again, a US 8, which is a 5mm, and I am using a Chiagu interchangeable set. And this is being housed in my cactus bag. This is her large drawstring, I believe, by Songbird Handmade. It has 2 little handles, drawstring. I use this bag so much. It is the perfect bag. I had 3 fingering weight cakes, and it houses my finished top and the short so far. Sorry. And the short so far. So we're all housed in here, and that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. I'm going to be working on this for one reason, which is funny because I know these are interchangeable, and I know I could take the needle tips off. But I have something I want to cast on, some dream knitting, and it's with a size 8. And the thing that I want to cast on is not going to be a quick project. Otherwise, I would maybe just take the needles off, but I'm a pretty monogamous knitter. So I figured I could finish the shorts this week, in the next day or two maybe, and then I will cast on my dream knitting, which I did want to show y'all. So I have it right here beside me in my jumbo market basket, and these are in the shop. This one is the jumbo. It is huge, and this is like an olivey green and a salmon color, and I have 3 more jumbo baskets in the shop. They're so pretty. 3 more? No, I have 2 more in the shop, I believe. So one is this color salmon with a navy trim and handle, and the other one is a terracotta, kind of similar to my terracotta colorway, traditional terracotta, with the salmon trim, and they're so pretty. I want them all. But this one, I could not give it up. I really, really, really loved it. So it's mine now, and it's here. It sits right here in our little family room area and houses all of the minis, because that's one of the things I'm going to be casting on. So in here, I have 2 advents from this year. One is Coast to Coast Yarn Co. and one is mine that I dyed up, and I decided that I'm going to use my advents held double with mohair, my cloud base, to make a cozy comfort throw. I think it's what it's called, by Molly Klatt of A Homespun House. She came out with it earlier this month, and so I have caked up with my new Fiber Artist Supply Co. winder. Oh, it's a dream. It is so amazing. I don't want to make you dizzy, but it's right there. And Michael got it for me for Christmas. It was delayed with USPS, but it finally arrived. And Michael told me that we can keep it right there. I have it like clamped right now, so it's not so pretty, but I usually have some plants up on that side of it, which you can't see right now. And so I'll have it like laid pretty, and then I can leave my Swift right there. And I am so excited. I cannot explain to you. I have never been more excited to wind yarn than I have been to knit, but I got it on Thursday, and I was like, I need to wind everything. And so that's why, like, maybe I didn't knit so much, because I spent so much time just winding yarn, because that thing is amazing. So I wound up 1 skein of Birthday Suit on my cloud base, which is what I'll start with for this throw. And it's a DK weight throw, so fingering held double. And she recommends that you take 1 skein, a single color, and hold it, marl all your minis with it. And I just thought it would be really fun to have a mohair throw. I didn't know if it would be a terrible idea. I asked on Instagram. 3 people were like, no, terrible. Everyone else was like, it'll be fine. I know that typically mohair is fine for me when I'm wearing it. I know when you're knitting with it, it gets really fluffy, but I'm hoping it's okay for a blanket. I guess worst case scenario, it'll look really pretty, like decorative. But I'm hoping that's not the case. Mohair is fine for me, so let's cross your fingers. If it's not, please stop me before I go any further and let me know below why I should not do this. Because I have this, and then I've caked up the first few minis from my advent, and I figure since I didn't really show my advents on my channel outside of Vlogmas, so if you weren't watching every single day for Vlogmas, you wouldn't have seen them, that I'm just going to show you the colorways as I'm working through them. And so my advent was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone inspired, and so it was a variegated or speckle and tonal based on 12 pictures that span the timeline of the first book. And so this one is based on the cover of the book, and it's called Harry Potter. And so I caked that one up. The second colorway, again, the tonal to go with this is called, so it's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So those will be the first two. And then I believe this is number 4. Navy's cranberry gray. So number 4 and Privet Drive. It's like a steely navy gray. If you want to see any of these inspiration photos, they're all saved in a highlight on my Instagram. So these are the first 4. And then, I think this one's called Letters from No One. And this is based on the letters, the acceptance letter from Hogwarts that come in the mail to the Dursleys' house. And this is coordinating Minnie for the seal, the Hogwarts seal. And I believe this one is called No Post on Sundays. No mail, no post on Sundays. So, let me see. Can I hold these all? There we go. So that is going to be the beginning of the blanket. I'm so excited. I'm really, really, really excited. It's going to be a good one. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Yeah, so that's that. And this is all staying in this, which is where I guess my blanket will live as I work on it. This isn't a project I anticipate taking out of the house too much. I guess in the beginning stages, I could put it in a smaller market basket and travel with it if I wanted to. But otherwise, it'll stay in my jumbo right here next to the fireplace. Next to another market basket that I have. I'm sampling too many of these. I'm just going to... They were just for quality control. That is the shopping tote. And it holds a lot. I also have 2 advents from last year in here. Basically wanted to see how much I could fit to show y'all. So this is the shopping tote, and it is full. Like, it's not overstuffed, but I obviously couldn't fit a project or anything in there. And that has 2 whole advents in it. And so that's what's coming up next on the needles for me. Now I'll let y'all know what's coming up next in the shop. So like I said, the Schitt's Creek Club is up right now for a few more days. And this weekend, I was really sad, to be honest, when I decided to do this because I couldn't find any clay charm makers who watch Schitt's Creek. And I certainly have a bunch, like Amanda's amazing, and I'm sure she would have talked about doing a Schitt's Creek collaboration with me, but I don't know, if I'm doing a collaboration with someone, I want them to really, really be excited about it. Like, she loves Gilmore Girls, and so that's why we teamed up on that. And I really hated not having charms, or at least a charm option. So I was talking to my sister about it. She is an artist. She's a graphic designer. She went to college for art. And she's like super artsy. She has an Etsy shop where she does like cards and invitations. Her Etsy shop is LW Graphica. I'll link it below if I remember. And she was like, oh, I love the idea. I kind of want to make you earrings, like clay earrings. I was like, oh yeah, that would be really cool. I know there are definitely people who do that. Like, that exists. I know they sell them on Etsy. And she was like, I thought it could be really cool to do a combination of like clay and yarn earrings. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. She was like, okay, I'm gonna like buy some stuff just to play around with. I was like, okay, that sounds cool. We already had a lot of supplies, obviously, because of her art. And then my mom and her used to have a cake business, like a fondant cake business. And so they had a lot of tools and supplies. They don't do it anymore. And she was like, let's just get some clay and play around. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So we played around, and I'm obsessed. Obsessed. She is not about the charm life. That's all on me. But I don't know, there's something really, really different about making charms than like knitting or dyeing yarn. And I'm thinking you're going to be seeing more of this in the shop. even if it's just for the Schitt's Creek clubs, and maybe they won't be tied to the clubs at all. Maybe I'll just do a limited number for each theme or month that I put out and list them up separately in the accessories. So if you want to get them, you can. If not, that's fine. I don't know. I'm really excited. And I'll say, this is the first time I have ever made anything like this with clay. I'm not like a huge Play-Doh person. I'm not a huge sculpture person. So I've never done this. I hadn't looked at any resources. I hadn't watched any videos. I hadn't read anything. I haven't talked to anyone about it. My sister had gotten it the night before I did, or the day before. So we did it on Saturday and she got it on Friday and basically took it out of the box. And I'm not sure if she had watched anything or just knew the basics of like you shape the clay and then you bake it. So this is what I have, and I made this first one to go along with the first Schitt's Creek Club, and it is a little bottle of wine. It's not quite done yet, so this is the first one I did. There you go. It has a little label, and I'm debating adding a cork. I wanted to have a cork on top, but then it would look like an open bottle. Let me know, should I add a cork or not? And I know, obviously, I like the wine, not the label, is all about David trying to explain his sexuality to someone, and I think it was a really, really powerful, simple way to make sense of David's identity as being pansexual, which I think a lot of folks don't understand. And so wanting to celebrate love, obviously going into February, wanting to celebrate queer love, I'm gonna jazz up the label a little bit. And so then the next time you see these, I think they're gonna be perfect. So this is the first one I did. The shaping was okay. I was touching it a lot, which I probably should have been doing less of, but whatever, it was my first one. So then I was like, okay, let me try again. And so I did a second one. I made it a little bit smaller. The shaping's a little smoother and better. The label is straighter and cleaner. And again, do I add the cork? I don't know, but I'm going to jazz up the label. And I'm so excited about these. And so I ordered supplies, and they should be here this week, and you're going to start to see some Little Wolf Knits charms in the shop, which is super, super exciting. Let me know. I guess this is like really fun for me, and I like having new ways to express myself and play, and I don't know, it's a different sort of like meditative experience going through this, where you can see how it's going in a way that's so different from dyeing yarn and not being sure what it's going to look like and how the yarn's going to stick. And there's a lot of things you can do, but it's such a different type of process. And if you mess this up, you can like smush it and start over, which I don't know. It's just a really cool process. So let me know. Do you want to see charms like this in the shop? So cute. And I'm thinking they will be lobster clasps. So they're going to be progress keepers. If you want stitch markers for now, just throw them on a jump ring and throw them on your needle. That's what I do if I want to use one of these for a stitch marker. But I really love them. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think of them. So much fun. Okay. So those hopefully will be coming to the shop soon, along with in the accessories section. So I think my candles are in one section, my yarns in another section, and then I have accessories. So I have all of my market baskets, my charms from collaborations with other makers. Right now I know I have some Harry Potter inspired Deathly Hallow charms from Bunny and Toot. I will have some Gilmore Girls charms from Little Bitty Delights, and then I will have some of my own charms up in there if you guys want them. So definitely let me know, and if that's true, let me know what Schitt's Creek themes you want for yarn clubs. I already have ideas. I'm already planning out some that I'm really excited about, but let me know below if there are things that you're waiting for or you're really excited for. Fold it in. I have some other ones that are really I'm really excited about. And I'm liking the pre-order yarn club option for me right now. It's just working really well in my schedule, and so having 3 a month, I don't know, it's just fitting really well. So next month will be February. So at the beginning of the month, the first of the month, we'll have a From the Open Road inspired club, which will be all around Chicago. And I posted a poll on my Instagram to choose between 2 photos, and the results were back and forth. The first time I asked, they leaned toward one photo. The second time, when I explained what I was thinking the colorways would look like, it leaned to the other direction. So I guess you'll just see on February 1st in my shop which one I'm going with, and that will be a collaboration with Sassafrassknits. And then the Gilmore Girls inspired club for February is going to be, we're sticking with like the Friends theme. So we started with Sookie. I think we're going to go to Lane Kim for February. I'm super excited about it, and that'll be with Little Bitty Delights. And then about midway through the month, so I'll close those on the 15th, or when they fill up, basically, whatever our quota is. And then on the 15th, for the second half of the month, I'll do the next Schitt's Creek Club, and that'll stay up until the end of the month. So they can kind of rotate that way, and I think that works out really well. So definitely you have a little bit of time. If there are some Schitt's Creek things you want to see sooner rather than later, let me know, because I am super excited about this adventure that I'm on, and I hope you guys are too. I think that's all that I have to talk about. Life stuff is life stuff. My sister had a baby this week, which is really exciting. So I'm an aunt again, and he is so adorable. We got to see him today, which was really exciting. I wasn't so sure how it was going to work because of COVID, but I've been quarantining and staying safe, and they obviously have too, and so we were just kind of being smart about it. I didn't hold him, but it was great to see him. He's really cute, and his older brother is excited. I think I'm really excited to like talk to him and see what he thinks. He wasn't there when we went to visit today. But it's just an exciting time in our life, and some other not great things that happen because life happens. But we're hanging in there and making the best of it. And so with that, I will let you go. I will go and finish watching Gilmore Girls before Michael gets home and knitting on my butt shorts. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Hopefully, so 2 weekends from now is my birthday weekend. I'm turning 29. I don't know, I feel old. Like 29 sounds, I shouldn't say I feel old. 29 sounds so old. And I don't know, I don't feel that serious, so maybe I don't feel old. But it's going to be my last year in this decade in 2 weeks. So February 6th is my birthday. So that weekend is the weekend when I would be podcasting again if I stay on every other weekend. 3 weeks feels like kind of long to wait, so you might see me before my birthday. Maybe I'll do it sometime that week, so like a week and a half from now. We'll see. Alrighty, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you soon. Bye.